What's up everyone, China Cycling here. So I've really been bitten by the bug of this e-transport stuff. It all started about half a year ago when I got that Meepo electric skateboard, and then I got another Meepo electric skateboard, and then I got a scooter, and now I've got this thing, an e-fat bike. And I gotta say, these things are getting addictive. Let me give you a quick rundown of the bike. So obviously the frame, we've got this tank of a frame. The thing looks almost indestructible. Solid joints everywhere, zero flex in this. Obviously the heart of this frame is this beefy down tube, because in here you've got the battery. There's a key to lock the battery in there, but to charge it, use the key, drop the battery out and charge the battery. That means if the bike's parked on the first floor, you can just carry the battery upstairs to your bedroom or whatever to give it a charge. Obviously, after the frame, the next standout feature is these tires, and these are huge Kenda tires. These are the Kenda Crusade tires, and these are 26 by 4-inch tires. Yeah, 4-inch tires. I think that's 98 millimeters, so those people who complain that 28 mil tires are too wide, come and get some 98 mil wires on this thing. A reflective paint line on the edge of the tire just for a bit of safety, I like that. But super beefy tread on these things. You can run them as low as 5 PSI or as high as 30 PSI. There's a traditional tube in here, but I don't think you have to worry about pinch flats when you have tires this big. On the rear wheel, you see, or you might not have seen, this huge Bafang motor. This thing makes 750 watts with a peak power of like 1,200 watts or something. And it's enough to propel this beast up to crazy speeds. I can cruise on this at 45, 48 k's an hour, no problem. So the rear of the bike, obviously no suspension, we've got a rigid tail setup, but the front you'll see that huge beefy front suspension, enough to take out any of the dips in the road or any unseen potholes. The front fork does have a lockout, so if you want to lock that out, you can just give it a quick twist and then you can sail down the flats even faster, I guess. But for me, because you've got such a big motor, I just keep the front fork unlocked and enjoy the extra comfort. At the back here, we've got a Shimano Tawny derailleur with a 7-speed cassette with a thumb shifter at the front. Again, if you're a roadie, you might be thinking 7 speeds, that doesn't sound like a lot, but because this thing has so much power, you can go up hills the same speed you go on the flats, so you don't actually need that many gears. In terms of brakes, obviously we've got disc brakes front and rear, fully hydraulic from Tektro, I believe. But yeah, everything you see on this thing, you can see it's just built to be sturdy. Including at the back here, you've got the big protector for the rear derailleur. You know, no one wants to get a bent rear derailleur when they're out riding, and so yeah, this is gonna keep it more durable. On the seat post here, we've got a quick release, so if you've got multiple people in your house who are riding this thing, not a problem to drop it up and drop it down at the flick of that lever. The saddle, we have a Sella Royale saddle. It's one of the more casual ranges, so it is a wide boy. It's like sitting on a sofa up there. At the front, single chainring, looks like around a 50. Like I say, enough to do like 48 k's an hour on the flats, no problem. Back here, you might see this little sneaky thing. Down here, we've got this little black box. Now, what is the black box? Inside, there's a GPS and there is a 4G data card. So this thing is always connected and always broadcasting its position. On the app, you can see at any time in real time where your bike is. So if someone steals your bike, or should I say borrows your bike, you can see exactly where they are at all times. Handlebars are your traditional mountain bike style handlebars made by Zoom, I believe. And yeah, let's take it for a ride. 45 kilometers an hour without breaking a sweat. My heart rate is 110 beats per minute. That's something to like, huh? So I think this is going to be a test of my microphone. If I can do this video at over 40 k's an hour, which is what I'm doing now. I don't know what you can hear, but all I can hear is wind. And I forgot my sunglasses today, and the tears are starting to roll out of my eyes. It takes some power from the motor to get it up to speed. Just the tires on this thing probably weigh a ton. But once it's up to speed, it sits comfortably at 45, 48 k's an hour, which is pretty crazy. It feels so weird to be going so fast on a bike that's so big. Okay, got a little flyover bridge here. Let's see how it goes. 40 k's an hour, 45 k's an hour, uphill. on a fat bike. This thing is bananas. Jesus. First time ever riding on sand. Let's try this. Woo. Okay, the direction of the front. Whoa. This is very loose sand. And yeah, this is using quite a lot of concentration, so bear with me. This is the weirdest sensation ever. It's like riding on ice. Even going this slow requires a whole bunch of concentration. I put 25 PSI in the tires, which as a roadie seemed like not much. But I think for a fat bike, 25 PSI is a bit too much. Woohoo! Every so often you hit a bit of loose sand and yeah, the rear gets a bit happy. This is fun. Whoa, 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 whoa! We got some drifto there. Probably on the camera it doesn't look like anything, but the rear wheel, it had a right tank slapper. Oh, this is fun. And then as soon as you get back on the roads, it's well behaved. Let's see how it goes if we're close to the water. Woo! That was wet. So I really should have shot the beauty shots before going through the sand, but hopefully this is clean enough now. Anyway, it's a bike, you're supposed to ride it, right? So in my life, it's not a replacement for a bike, it's just another fun thing to play with. If you've ever wanted to feel like Batman on this little bat bike, but on the roads, this is for you. But this thing is just absolutely incredible. Let me give you some numbers. So obviously standout feature is it's a fat bike. So you've got 4-inch tires on here. So if you want to go through snow, if you want to go on the beach, you can do that. But hey, if you just want to sit on the road like this super comfortably, you can do that too. I've currently got these pumped up to 25 PSI. They go up to 30 PSI, which if you're a roadie doesn't sound like much, but I just stuck it on the beach. And yeah, I think you need like 5 or 10 PSI for the beach. But either way, you've got nice big tires, you can let some air out and get a much more comfortable ride. Obviously, if you're on a road bike or something, the disadvantage of fat tires would just be the speed or the lack thereof. But you don't have to worry about lack of speed when you've got 750 watts. Let me show you this. Tap it down 2 gears, we're doing 30, we're doing 40, and 45 k's an hour. And my heart rate is 80 beats per minute. Yeah, so the acceleration on this thing is absolutely crazy. I'm sitting here doing 15 k's an hour, super leisurely, and in 3, 2, 1, start pedaling hard. It notices I'm pedaling hard, it puts down the power. Boom, we're doing 25, 30, 35, 40, and 45. And again, heart rate still in the 90s. So yeah, back to the bike. Let me bring the speed down so I can hear myself thinking instead of just the wind. If you're cruising like this on a nice road, obviously super comfortable. Don't even have to worry about that. Okay, so if we jump over to the Freedare website, check out some of the options. So we've got 2 colors, we've got the silver and the black. I obviously got the black. Some more pictures, yada yada yada, go through there. And all of the official stats. But if we go down to the specifications, the size is quite useful. So if you want to know exactly how high it is, you can check this out. For rider heights from 5'5" to 6'5", and can take a maximum weight of 330 pounds, which is obviously crazy. But the specifications is what we're interested in. So the motor, we've got a 750 watt bar foam motor. So it can do 750 watts all day, but it has a peak of 1000 watts and 80 Newton meters of torque. The battery with a 48 volt 20 amp hour battery made up of Samsung cells, so quality will be no problem. The charger, 48 volts with 2 amps to get it charged up quick. The riding modes, so you can ride it as a normal bike, You can ride it using just the throttle, or you can ride it in pedal assist mode. Sensor on the torque sensor, so obviously that's how it knows how much power you're putting down and gives you more power too. The tires we talked about before. The light, I didn't talk about the light. Yes, there's a huge bright light on the front, which is also a 10-watt LED. The suspension adjustable, as I said before, you can lock it out and whatnot. Comfortable wide saddle, yep, definitely wide, definitely comfortable, I can attest to that. We've got pedals and we've got a kickstand, yeah, so that's all of your stats right there. So here in the app, also a very cool app, I've said it before, the apps can make or break these things. So like I say, if you're nowhere near the bike, you can hit this Find My Bike, and anywhere in the world it will tell you where your bike is. So because I'm next to the bike now, you can see we're both here on the map. But yeah, if your bike's gone missing, you can open this up and it will show you where your bike is. Other things we can do, we can lock the bike here so that no one else can ride it. Basically turns the whole thing off. Press again to unlock it, it turns back on. Go just basically starts riding, kind of like a built-in Strava-ish thing. So you can see your speed, you can see how long you've ridden, all of that stuff. There's a map, all the kind of stuff you'd have in Strava. There's this bike detection function, which you can also use to do some self-diagnosis of the bike. So there's some tests you can do to make sure everything's all right, nothing's leaking oil from the brakes, etc. So yeah, just a really smart setup we've got going on. Here we also have some routes. So they're going to have some routes built into the app, some suggestions of where you can ride near you. So I'm using this beta version of the app right now, so not everything is here. But also in Safe Routes here, we can make our own routes. So I think I can press plus here to start, and then it knows where I am. So if I want to make a route from, let's say I'm going to add, I'll add this point here, and I want to ride to, I know there's a good hill up here, so let's ride up to here. Press another plus, press next, give my route a name, hill, climb, save, and yeah, it's just going to make you a route, go in there, and it's going to route you from A to B. So similar sort of features to Strava, but obviously all built into one app, and then you hit go and it will give you navigation for the route as well, so that's pretty cool. And then here you just have your own like profile page. You can see how many miles you've done, see what devices you have attached to your account, all that kind of stuff. So very cool app. I've said it before, apps can make or break these e-bikes or e-scooters, and the Freedare app, yeah, no problems here. So who do I think the Freedare is for? Well, I think it can be different things for different people. If you're out of shape but you want to start cycling, you're a bit overweight or whatever, then I think this is a great way, you know. You can essentially choose how much exercise you want to do and how much work you want the bike to do. I think it's also pretty cool as like an all-terrain, go anywhere commuting bike. The huge range obviously is going to help you with that. But ultimately, for me, I think it's just a cool toy, you know. A super comfortable bike that you can ride on a lazy day, but then when you slap it down a gear or two, you can just absolutely drop all of the guys on the road bike ride as well. Again, you guys know I just love anything with wheels, anything with fast, and this has wheels and this is fast, so yeah, sign me up. Anyway, I'll pin a comment down below with all the details, where to buy one, all of the more technical specs and stuff. You can check that out in the comments down below. If you guys have any suggestions of fun places to ride a fat bike, let me know. Never snows in Shaman, so I don't have that option, but yeah, I think I'm going to start riding on the beach because that's pretty fun. Anyway, there it is, the Freedare E fat bike. Let me know what you think. Give this video a thumbs up, and China Cycling out.